What's up, guys? So it was my goal to make a video every day up until I get back to work. This is day 7 and I missed my video yesterday from when I started doing them 2 days ago just because I tried to do a yoga video, and what I figured out is that I am really bad at working even my phone camera. I kept trying to make this yoga video and then I couldn't get it to record. I think it was I was running out of battery or space or whatever. So we're gonna try again today. I know my buns are going a little crazy. Basically all I've done today is I woke up, I'm not keeping track of time. I suggest you don't keep track of time either because time doesn't even exist. And it's just gonna make you upset if you don't get things done on time. So I'm waking up whenever, and then the first thing I do is do the dishes. Then that way, even if I don't do anything else for the rest of the day, I do one productive thing. Then I come into my room, I do some exercising and stretching, which is really big for me right now because you really need to keep active during this time. It's too cold to go outside today, but I think tomorrow's gonna be nice. Now my self-care thing that I'm gonna do is I'm going to take some clippings from my plants so that I can root them later. I have a couple of them that you can see here. I'll give you an up-close shot later, but these are old ones. A lot of them have roots already. And I have an assortment of plants here. This is an ivy. This is a different kind of ivy. So these are 2 different kinds of ivy. Some of them are rooted, some of them aren't. These guys are little string of pearls. These are really cute. These have a ton of roots, but I'm not sure if I'm ready to transplant them yet because they need to go outside. This right here is a Swiss cheese plant. It's a type of monstera. I don't know the official name of it. If anybody does, let me know. I'm sure I could Google it. And then these pink plants, also don't know the name of it, doesn't really matter. All I know is that I love this pink plant. I have a big one in my window here, and all these little clippings are from that. So if you have plants at home and you've never propagated them, you can definitely go online and look to see if your plant is a type of plant that will propagate easily in water. A lot of them are. Some of them propagate a lot more easily than others. But today we are just gonna propagate some little things, and I'll show you how I do that. The first thing that you need is isopropyl alcohol. This stuff is really important because you need to be able to sanitize your scissors. My scissors are somewhere. My scissors are lost. Oh. Haha. Okay. So you're gonna take your scissors. This is my isopropyl alcohol, so I guess I could just dip them in directly into the isopropyl alcohol. That just makes sure that they're sanitized and they don't have any bacteria, so that bacteria won't enter into your plant wherever it is that you cut it. You also want to have some fresh distilled water. This water is a reverse osmosis water. I buy it in by the jug. Some place to dump your old water out. Some plants. And then this is a fertilizer, so it is just a mix of a natural fertilizer and a little bit of water. After I cut the plant, I'm gonna put the end in it so that it helps root faster and encourages growth. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some of these that already have roots in them. See this one right here, this one actually does have a few roots, but it doesn't look like it's gonna grow. It kind of shriveled up, it didn't grow enough roots. That's okay, sometimes they won't survive. We'll just put that in our little container to throw away later. But I'm gonna pull these out, look, and they have a ton of roots. I'm not ready to plant them in a pot yet. I'm gonna go get pots later. But I will put them in a pretty decorative vase until I am ready. Those can stay in there. These guys have a ton of roots. Ooh. Okay. So these don't have any roots at all. That means that they're pretty new, but this one does have a lot of roots, so I'm gonna put it in here in this vase. And then we can stick these ones. Oh, this one has roots too. Okay, cool. So we'll put that one in the vase. And then the rest of these I will stick back in here so that they can keep rooting. It looks like one of these in here has roots. I'm gonna pull them all out to avoid tearing the roots or hurting it. Even though this is the only one that has roots, I'm gonna put it in that fresh, clean water. And then this little guy looks like he just busted out. But we're gonna put that back in there. And then, let's see. Ooh, and then these three, two of them have pretty decent roots. Oopsie doopsie. This one has a little nub, so we can put him in here too. This little guy has a really good amount of roots. He's gonna be good to plant. Honestly, I could plant him today if I had the pots. Maybe we'll do a little bit of planting. This guy has one big root, look at him. They're kind of slimy. I like it. So we'll put those in there. That looks pretty, that looks pretty. And now we have one empty container. So I'm gonna dump the water out of this and we will put it into our dirty water to throw away. You wanna change out the water pretty frequently. I would say like once a week, just to keep it full of oxygen, because if there's no oxygen, the plants won't grow roots. So then we can take this water, and I would usually do this straight out of the pipe, but okay, I'm gonna do this maybe a little off camera. I'm like so scared. I'm gonna pour water all over myself, but it's fine. Everything's fine. I'm actually doing a much better job than I thought. Oh no, I am. I'm so wet now. Okay, this has water in it now. Good job. So I'm gonna put this little one over here. This one is also like really gross. You can kind of see it has like algae. Algae is the word. But that's okay. This one will be a little easier to put water into because the hole is bigger. Except I didn't have enough water. Okay. We'll put some more in there. There we go. Alright, so we have two prepped. Now it is time to actually cut some plants. We're gonna cut this. This is the Swiss cheese plant. I love this plant. I think it's really pretty. So the thing that you want to look for when cutting pieces off of the plant is these like little, I think they're called nodes, but that is where the root systems are going to grow from. There are a few on this one, but there's also places where the nodes are like really dried out. I don't think that more plant root will grow from those. So I'm gonna cut, and as you can see right here is where I had already cut it, and where you cut it, that doesn't mean the plant's not gonna grow anymore. It'll actually start growing out of the side, which is really cool. But this one right here looks like a really nice one, so we'll cut and give it like about an inch in case this part shrivels up. It still has room right there. You can take this leaf off. I opt not to take the leaves off just because I don't. But that's kind of a personal choice. Actually, on this one, let's go ahead and take that leaf off just because the water's kind of shallow. And then I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna dip it in there, just kind of swirl it around so it has a little bit on there. Ooh, it smells so bad. It's like fish poop, I think. No, it might be like actual fish bones or something, but I just think it's fish poop. And then you just put that in there. These actually live on my kitchen windowsill, which is where this little guy is gonna go and live because it gets really nice natural sunlight, and that's what you want and that's what the plants want in order to grow. I like using these colored ones because one, they're really pretty, but also they let in less light. The less light that you let in, I think the better the roots are supposed to grow. So if you have like blue glass, that would be awesome. I don't have any blue glass, I just have these, so that's what I'm doing. I'm also gonna, that's the one I just cut. I also like to cut it a little bit shorter on the end here while still giving it like an inch just in case this does dry up or have any bacteria or anything in it. We can throw that away. And then this one is really healthy. this is another spot where I had already cut. So as you can see, I probably wouldn't be cutting it this much, but since we're in social isolation and I can't go to work, I don't know, this makes me feel better. So this one has 2 spots where it could be good. I'm gonna cut this one right here actually, just because I see something growing right here and it'll give it more energy. And then it also has a little node right here that I think will grow well. So once again, we're gonna dip it in this mixture. I wonder if I could fit it through the hole. No, I can't. This is just like a recycled little thing that had cumin in it. So I'm gonna take that out. I'm gonna put that one in here as well. And you want to make sure that where the root can grow from is underwater. I might put a little bit more water in this guy later, but there they are. And then just put them in a sunny space, in a sunny window. These Swiss cheese plants root pretty easily, but there are some plants that won't. So just play around, cut a couple little things off. Make sure that you're not cutting off just like a leaf. So if I cut off this leaf, that's not going to grow because it doesn't have a place for the roots to grow from. You have to make sure that you're cutting those little nodes. I think tomorrow I will start planting some of these guys that I put in these vases. Right now they're just like in these decorative vases because I think it's nice to have, rather than flowers, have like a real growing plant. And I can actually show you some of the plants that I have done this with before. So these were both 2 separate just like clippings that I took off of this ivy plant, and I waited until it had roots, and then I planted it in this little container that I got from like my local garden store. They're called Jungle House Goods. Really cool. If you're in Lawrence, visit them. They have some really pretty things. But then I have just watered it, and now it has a ton of leaves. It's really beautiful and green. If you notice that there's like pink light coming down on me, that is a plant light. So I make sure that my plants that are in my room have sufficient light and are able to grow in their best selves. Well, that is it for today. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Maybe you learned something new. Maybe you were just bored and wanted to watch me do what I do. Let me know what you think. Give me a thumbs up. And subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, or if you want to see videos on something else. If you want to see my room, because I feel like that's a comment I get a lot, that my room is kind of weird. But thanks for watching. I will see you guys tomorrow, hopefully.